Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people said, StarCraft 2 dead game. However, there is a patch that is in the works that's already on the PTR 5.0.11, December the 7th, the year of our Lord. And we have notes to go through. I am joined by none other than the Goblin King himself. You can see him here with this Hot Ones background. We just did the Hot Ones challenge.
Hello.
All 10 sauces, by the way. No cap.
Also on YouTube.
Lots of capsation, though.
Go check it out.
Okay. We're going to just go through the notes here rapid fire and give you our off-the-cuff takes. We're not pro gamers, but we're pro streamers, so disagree with us as you will, but you're wrong. Creep tumor. Cooldown increased. Bummer. 11 to 13. Sight range reduced. Nerf. Why? I don't know. Hatchery, lair, and hive.
That is kind of strange. I don't know why that is either.
Yeah, I don't know. Zerg didn't win DreamHack Atlanta.
Yeah, what the heck?
Creep spread interval decreased from 0.3 to 0.25, and sight range increased. So I'm just seeing this, instead of spreading creep tumors, just build a bunch of hatches toward your opponent.
Yeah.
You get supply like an overlord.
And you get larva.
Yeah.
So increased sight range. Both of those are pretty negligible changes, let's be real.
Yeah,
It's not really going to...
Buff to proxy hatches.
Yes. Buff to proxy
Nerf
hatches.
to proxy bunker.
Nerf to proxy bunker.
The creep gets out there
The
faster.
creep does get out there faster. Huh, okay. And the sight range is bigger. Okay.
Terran tears.
Okay.
Viper nerf. Added 0.71 cast finish time to abduct. They can't move or use other abilities during this time.
Ugh.
For your average player, this isn't going to do anything
Means
to you.
basically nothing.
Yeah, but the pro players are going to do like abduct Q move command stuff where they can grab something and then fly back really fast. For your average Zerg player experience, you're not going to notice any difference. For the best Zerg players, Vipers are going to trade a little bit worse.
Yep.
Ultras,
Buff.
they've been losing weight. 12.5% reduction in size. And this is a big buff.
That's pretty big.
Because they can fit in more areas. And you can
fit
also...
more of them into those areas.
Yes, and that means more effective DPS of Mass Ultra.
Yes.
And then the next one, increase range slop from 1 to 1.4, which range target can move before miss. So I think the range that they can still like cleave them,
I think so.
is greater.
I believe so. Range slop. Range target can move before miss. I feel like that's good though. Because if it's increasing the range that a target can move before it's counted as a miss, that's got to just be good then.
Yeah.
That's got to just be good. Whatever that means exactly. I don't really know, but we're counting it as a buff. The size reduction is quite nice.
Ultras are going to be back pro level.
I think so.
Hydralisks, muscular augment move speed increased from 0.79 to 1.05.
That's
seems
quite
like
a bit,
lot.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to be fucking fast.
And damage point reduced. So the point that it takes for them to get the damage to the target to where it hits them is less time. So the damage is going to feel a little bit more snappy and poppy.
More crisp.
Hydra buff. Yeah, Hydras have been
Hydra buff.
poopy garbage for a long
Maybe we
time.
can make them. Your Hydra all-ins are going to hit faster and harder.
Yeah. Broodlord name rechanged to Zoomlord. Interesting one. Just a bit of a text change here.
Yeah.
1.97 speed to 2.3.
So that's 0.03. It's 0.33, I think?
Yep.
No, that's not right. That's incorrect math. 0.3 would be 2.37.
2.7.
2.7.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, no, I am
0.33.
right. 0.33.
That's good.
Sorry. But yeah, but it's still very slow, but a bit faster. I think the Hydra change is the most impactful positive for Zerg.
Mm-hmm.
Next one, Broodling.
Duration reduced, so they're not going to be on the ground chopping at stuff for as long. This isn't going to affect the initial Broodlord damage. So just to break down what the Broodlord does, it throws the Broodling at the ground, and that attack is an air upgrade attack that does an initial hit of damage.
Yeah.
And then the Broodling is active on the ground, which is the same as your Broodlings from a killed building.
Yes.
And those just bite at stuff. So this is actually a nerf to your buildings that get killed and the
It's
broodlings
true.
that come out of that.
It's true.
A lot of people won't think about that, but that is a nerf to those things. Honestly, I don't feel like it's going to be that big of a nerf to Broodlord.
No.
The speed is going to be pretty fun. And we're going to revisit this connection with the Ghost later.
Yes.
The Ravager build time increase from 8.6 to 12.9. That seems like it's going to take a while.
Yep.
What are
4
people
more
going to do
seconds.
during that period of time? Like check
Nothing.
check
Just
Twitter?
Be sad, I guess.
Just be sad for an extra couple seconds?
Extra 4 seconds, basically.
Ravagers are very good units.
Quite good.
Any
But really,
Ravager cheese
not
is
that
going to
big
be a
of a
little
deal.
bit later.
I think what this does is it makes it harder for roaches to be morphed into Ravagers and then rejoin the fight as quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a big micro maneuver you can do, is when your roaches are getting to low HP, you morph them into a Ravager. Because not only now are they a unit that's not dealing any damage, so it's not as effective for your opponent to attack them, but they have much higher armor value as an egg. So this will increase the time that it takes for them to rejoin the fight. And then once they spawn, once they do become Ravager, they have full HP.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, a low roach versus roach fight, for instance, it was quite easy to just, I'm just going to pop these into Ravagers because you don't have a whole lot of micro going on, and it became a really difficult situation for the person that didn't have the gas lead.
Chad is shouting out the Broodling nerf is Cyril's fault and the Ravager nerf is Dark's fault. Good to note those.
Good to note.
Protoss shield battery overcharge recharge rate for battery overcharge reduced from 200% to 150.
Hallelujah.
So they're going to go from super Borkin to extremely strong.
Extremely strong, yes. How about hallelujah?
A bit of a tuning back of the shield battery.
Hallelujah.
Observer, they were already increased in move speed, and Blizzard said, let's just keep
Do
with
it
the
again.
trends.
Do it again.
Stonks, they're going to go even faster.
But look at this.
They're going to be huge.
They're going to be massive.
So
you're going to see them as they're flying across your screen at Mach 6.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be a large glimmer on your screen.
you might need to look too, because under the Observer, there might be an Ultra.
Yeah.
So double check your camera, swivel it to
Yeah.
the side, zoom down.
Just real quick.
There could be an Ultra under
They're
the
going
Observer.
to be actually so huge.
Mm-hmm.
All that bulk that the Ultra lost gave it to the Observer.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of don't mind that.
Archons can now fit through walls.
Bullshit. This sucks. That was one of my favorite nerfs to Protoss.
Yeah. It's
So they can fit through single walls now. That means your muta harass is a
they're
little...
so huge. I'm curious to see what that looks like.
They're just
Do they
gonna-
like turn
they're
to
just
the
gonna-
side?
Woof, they're just gonna go through.
I don't know.
That's BS.
High Templar apparently were late to all of their fights, so they're going to be 0.09 speed faster.
Well, and if you ever make an Archon in your base, you could never leave with it.
0.19.
You could never leave with it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
High Templar are fast
A
now.
little bit faster for the HTs, which I don't know if that's a buff. That's kind of a little bit of both, because I believe High Templar were already faster than the Carrier max out. So they're going to have to even be a little more careful.
Mm-hmm.
But it is, I think, a buff for them for their regular ground armies, because I'm pretty sure they're slower than everything else on the ground.
Yeah, so the Disruptor next was getting nerfed. It used to be able to kill 47 Hydras in a clump,
Yeah.
and now it's only going to be able to kill 44.
Oh, okay.
Bit of a wheeling back here of the Disruptor AoE damage. I know it's a fan favorite to watch. Anyone who watches StarCraft, they see a Disruptor, they're like, ooh, wow, oh, wow. Anyone who plays StarCraft is like, oh, God, fuck that.
Jesus. Ugh.
It's pretty different.
No.
So this is going to be good for players, less good for viewers.
Yes. And Hydra's kind of getting a little nicer now, because the Disruptor Ball is not going to be such a huge pain in the ass, because your Hydras are going to move faster.
Yes.
And the orb is going to be smaller.
So double buff to Hydras with this
Double
nerf.
buff to Hydras on that. A little bit of a Hydra nerf because of the High Templar,
Uh-huh.
but we'll see.
Carrier Interceptor shields reduced from 40 to 30.
That's huge.
Yep.
That's a whole Hydra hit right there.
Interceptor attack target priority reduced from 20 to 19. No one knows what this means.
So attack target priority, that means that something is going to have a higher priority than the interceptors. So there's the AI of target priority in StarCraft 2. where your unit will decide if there's air units attacking and there's ground units attacking and there's also a worker that's around your unit. If you just A-click the ground, is going to decide what the heck do I need to attack right now. And I believe the highest priority is flying plus attacking you actively.
Or is it flying caster?
Is it flying caster? I don't think it's flying caster.
Or maybe it's flying hostile.
I believe it's flying plus hostile. Carrier has 20 as priority. This is unplayable for Hydras then. You have... No, there's no way. You can A-move Corruptors on carriers now? Oh, fuck. You could do that then.
Oh, really? They would prio the carrier over the interceptor?
Yeah. So it would be a massive Corruptor buff and a massive Hydra. You literally could not play Hydras versus carriers then. You couldn't do it.
Interesting.
I don't know if I like that. With all the Hydra buffs coming, I was hoping I could maybe try to do some Hydra versus Sky Toss. But if they even make a carrier, it's like not good. These are for buildings. Yeah, here we go. No, but the thing is you want Hydras to attack the interceptors.
Usually, yeah.
For Hydras, typically.
Interesting.
We'll have to see. I'd have to see how it...
We'll see how it feels and what they
feels
do.
In the game, yeah.
Interceptor flying radius around the target increased. So they're kind of going to zoom around further, which means that they're going to be less fungable and less parasitic bomb vulnerable. And then same thing with Storm. Basically, any AoE, they're going to be a little bit more kind of just flurrying around the sky, so you can't really stack up and just zap them all at once.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of a buff to the carrier. So they've got like a mixture of nerfs and buffs, it seems like.
Yeah, the shield nerf is good, but I almost don't even think it matters with... How are you supposed to attack the interceptors then? That's my question. With Hydras. You have to like specifically be away from the carriers.
Yeah, it almost seems like they don't want you to try to
weird.
prioritize them.
You can't... Well, now... Because the thing that I find weird about it is... You can't click interceptors.
Yeah.
You could only attack the ground.
Yeah, and they would just attack move, choose the interceptor sometimes.
Yes. That makes no sense to me. I wonder why they would change the
We'll
priority.
see. We'll
What's
play...
the point of the priority change? Is it for the Corruptor? Maybe.
Could be.
Hold position helps a bit. Oh, that's true. You know what, Chicken Man, you're right. Hold position would help a bit. Because then I believe it's closest to closest.
Yeah, whatever enters range.
Yeah.
Sentry buff, build time reduced from 26.4 to 22.9. So early game Sentry.
Easier to get out.
Watch out for the Sentry all-in timings, which are pretty rare, honestly. So maybe those will come back in the meta. This combined with the Ravager nerf, watch out.
Watch out.
Some people are going to probably try to use this. Like, this is one of the things with any new patch is you're going to have like one or two new styles that used to be garb, and then they're actually kind of decent. An example is the Hero Mass Gateway Stalker Oracle style.
Yeah.
It was unplayable because of Queen Walks, and once Queen Walks were removed, then it became playable.
Yes.
So Force Field all-ins against Zerg Ravager might be a thing with this patch if all of this stuff goes through. And again, this is PTR. This isn't guaranteed in the game.
Yep, they might have tweaked these.
Yep.
And then Forge upgrades are all across the board easier to make for Protoss for some reason.
Yeah, just a buff. This used to be... The Forge used to get upgrades really fast, and Protoss used to just play mass ground and center all of their style around the +2 and +3, and they would just push at these points. They nerfed that a bunch of times, so I guess they're just kind of bringing it back a little bit.
Probably won't notice it very much, honestly.
Yeah.
All right. The best ones.
Ghost. Enhanced Shockwaves upgrade removed.
What does that even do? JW, what is... I know you're sad about it, but what does the enhanced shockwave ability do? I don't actually know. Increase AoE of EMP. I see. So this is a kind of like a Protoss. It makes your EMP good. Ah. Where are we going?
It said no cam. I'm trying to fix it. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
That was good though.
I'm back. Enhanced Shockwave is AoE to 2. So it's bigger than the Disruptor Ball? Good lord. Okay.
Base EMP radius increased from 1.5 to 1.75.
Oh, so you get... It's not that bad. You don't even have to... Okay, so it's at the top end with the upgrade. It's a little worse, but you have 1.75 now, no upgrade.
Yeah, the Ghost is better.
Oh, come off it, mate.
They're better out the box against Protoss,
Yeah.
but the top end is a little bit nerfed. And this is the big change in nerf that any Zerg who's ever made Hive Tech units,
Fucking...
Infestors, Queens,
Yes.
Vipers, anything like that is going to just rejoice. Some of you might be out in the streets celebrating right now, banging pots and pans together, drinking beverages.
Yay!
The steady targeting is canceled if the target moves more than 13.5 range away from the Ghost while casting, and the cast range is 10.
Garbage. JW
What
said.
used to be the
I
case
can't believe it.
was a Ghost could channel snipe on an Ultra, and the Ultra could run from Arizona to Newfoundland, Canada, and the Ghost would still fire the snipe.
It.
Yes, so now actually the person who is getting a snipe channeled on them can just full retreat and sometimes disrupt some of those snipes. One question that we had between each other was, does the Ghost spend the energy if this happens? Do you
spend the energy if they still miss? Hallelujah. I don't care what your position on Ghosts are. You have to agree they were so insanely strong. When you could make a unit blind against a matchup and just have it be perfect counters for fucking almost any late game situation possible, that's not a good unit anymore. And it still has that, man. It still has that. Name the one time Terran got a buff after Wings of Liberty. You got the perma invis on Armory. Wasn't that a buff, or was that a nerf?
Yeah, perma invis on Armory was a buff to Widowmine.
I rest my case.
Yeah.
I rest my case. Boom.
All right.
Free siege mode. Boom.
All right, Banshee. So Blizzard noticed no one has used the Hyperflight Rotors upgrade in any StarCraft match where the player has won, so they just gave 2 buffs.
Mass Banshee's so dangerous.
It takes less time and the cost is less. So they're like, someone please use this. Mm-hmm. That's basically what they're saying here. So look out for 4 Banshees that go fast near your base, make 1 sport, 430, and you'll be fine still.
Yep.
Cyclone. This is good.
Huge.
The Cyclone is one of the most abusive units against Roach Ravager.
It's insane.
And Ultras and any armored thing. So
Period.
I was really happy to see this.
I'm so stoked.
20 extra damage versus armored was so busted.
It's so, and they shoot so fucking fast too.
The
man.
plus 10 versus all, like if they focus a Zergling, you're fine with that anyway.
Yes.
Like, it's gonna kill the Zergling anyway.
Perfect.
So I'm happy. Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, Mass Cyclone after
Lord.
BC is a resident sleeper style.
Thing. Yes, it is.
No one likes playing those games.
No, nobody.
Not even the Terrans.
Nope.
Sensor tower, radar
reduction.
range reduced.
Okay.
This is really good as well. This is kind of coupled with the Ghost change to punish the passive Turtle Terran.
Yes.
Which is relatively new. Like in the life cycle of Legacy of the Void and even Heart of the Swarm, Terran was usually seen as more of the aggressive, timing attack oriented. We trade efficiently on offense.
Yep.
And in the past year, Maru especially has shown that Terran can just sit on the back foot and stay on the back foot and do nothing.
Yep.
So this steady targeting nerf means that Ghost's less hard counter tier 3, and then this sensor tower nerf means that you can maybe surprise the Terran a little bit more by like Overseers on the side of the map, get a Nidus in, or just like a Bane run by on the side. So
and the one thing that was kind of crazy where there were some maps, and they're currently in the pool, where they can put a pretty safe sensor tower. Losing a sensor tower is not that big of a deal, but there were some spots where you could put it and it would take up, it would almost be touching one of your bases. Mm-hmm. And it's like, whoa, okay, that's kind of insane. So I'm happy to see a little range reduction.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like it's going to be insane, but I'm happy that they are discouraging exceedingly passive play. Defensive play and passive play feel different in my head.
Yeah.
Like mech turtle Terran compared to like the bio style of just sitting back does feel different.
Mm-hmm. Raven rework. So gas cost reduced, build time reduced, energy increased. These are all buffs.
All buffs.
Interference matrix duration reduced, nerf.
Okay.
Missile armor reduction reduced, nerf.
Okay.
Corvid reactor upgrade removed.
What is that one? What is Corvid reactor?
I think that's starting energy, no?
I think so. But maybe they removed it because they gave them the energy anyways. And then auto turret energy increased.
Yeah, so they basically made them cheaper to build, but they nerfed their spells.
Yes. And they made them faster to build, and they made them have higher starting energy.
Mm-hmm.
This really doesn't... I don't have a lot of opinions on this. Ravens weren't really using TVZ anyways, so...
Yeah, it's
I
more
think
of
this is more of a Terran and Protoss change.
Yeah, it's a TVT unit and a TVP unit.
I mean, you maybe make one for the armor, and then for the... If you're feeling fancy, and then maybe to clear creep, but not really. So, don't really know.
Yeah, chat's saying it's a TVT change.
Okay. Miscellaneous bug fixes.
Look at how many bug fixes there are.
There's so many.
I didn't even know about any of these.
I didn't even read any of these.
Steady targeting can be manually canceled.
Okay.
Worker units, they don't have to wait for full deceleration before beginning to attack.
Oh my gosh.
Workers are actually going to bite stuff.
That's crazy. Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Liberators.
They couldn't be given certain orders after being ordered to unsiege.
Oh, interesting.
Terran players might know about this.
Okay.
Morph to Ravager will be canceled with a smart command after the morph command.
Never have that happen to me, ever.
I don't know about that, yep. Zergling Swarm Host, they could not be given commands while unburrowing. Also never noticed this.
Never noticed that.
Zerglings could not receive morph to Baneling commands. Never saw that.
Fixed issue where Zerglings could not receive queued morph to Baneling commands.
Yeah, so if you said move, shift,
here,
morph.
And then morph. I feel like I have seen that, and I have had that happen. That has happened to me. I'm happy they're fixing that. Because I've always tried to move, shift to Banes, and then queue it up to go into the... And I've never done that because, yeah. Okay.
This is an issue where the Mutalisk attack launch sound would play each time the attack bounced. Anyone who has sensitive ears and noticed the Mutalisk attack sound every time,
rejoice.
Imagine the free thinking space you're going to have.
That's true.
Nidus Worm visual bug, Nidus creep behavior.
Okay, whatever.
I don't know about that.
Raven
units affected by interference matrix could not be issued stop commands.
They just disable the brakes.
I've never made a Raven, so I don't know about this. Units affected by this would walk forward below their attack range when given attack move commands.
Interesting. Seems like a pretty good buff to Ravens to me.
So the fun thing about being a Zerg main is they can't even use interference matrix on any of our units because they're all biological.
They're all bio, baby.
No way I would know this.
Nope.
Attack target priority increased from 10 to 20 on the stasis ward.
Oh, so if a stasis is on the ground and you can see it, you're in range, your units will attack it more readily.
Yeah.
Okay.
Units affected by it can be issued any non-build commands instead of only move commands to be acted upon stasis expiring.
Units affected by stasis?
You can send your workers back to work after the stasis?
Hold on, wait, let me read. Units affected by stasis can be issued any non-build commands instead of only move commands to be acted upon stasis expiring.
So you can tell them gather. Like they're frozen by an oracle and you tell them gather. And they will gather at the end of it. That's what it sounds like to me.
It does sound like that, but that sounds...
That's a big oracle nerf.
That is a massive...
Because you used to have to remember when it was going to be done.
I gotta go back there and do it.
Yeah.
Huh, okay. Sick.
Hydras attacked faster at melee range. If I knew this, I would have been like doing
I would have been spamming Hydras.
I didn't even know this. Morph to Lurker would be canceled with the smart command after the morph
I don't know
command.
what this smart command canceling is.
It's like the rapid fire stuff.
That's weird, okay.
Yep. Orbital command, a mule could be cast targeting refineries close to command centers. I have played off-race Terran a little bit and I haven't seen that.
Huh. Cleans will auto-target Stasis Ward instead of the Oracle. Oh! They're making some auto-target shifts.
Yeah, the AI improvement.
The AI... I'm still out on the interceptors, if that's an improvement or not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Lurker attacks will no longer be blocked by certain low ground terrain features.
Okay.
Cool. Queen fixed an issue where creep tumors could be canceled. I don't remember
Where initial
this happening.
creep tumors could be canceled.
Yeah, when they first poop it down, you could cancel that and it just goes away.
It just goes away.
That would be a bummer.
Yeah, that would be shitty.
No longer unable to receive certain orders for 0.6 seconds after spawning.
I have had that happen.
It just spawns and
It
you're
just
like,
is like,
hey, Queen, go do this. And she's like,
go.
wait, what?
What do you
And
mean?
then you tell her again. Adept fixed an issue where adepts could not be ordered to cancel shade when selected with adepts who are not finished warping in.
What a... Wow,
Any
okay.
adept all-inner might know this, but I don't do that, so I don't know that.
I don't know.
They can now be ordered to load into a warp prism while shading, automatically canceling the shade. This is a buff.
That is a buff. That's cool. Seems like that's how you'd want it to be, though.
Shield battery fixed an issue where repeatedly issuing a stop command could increase the shield regen rate.
That was a thing. That was a thing.
Yeah.
You could hold the stop... You could, like, auto-repeat the stop command, and it would make the shield regen fucking through the moon.
That's very abusive game mechanics.
But nobody did it because it was... I mean, it was a thing, but I don't know that anyone really did it.
Can lurkers attack through gaps now? Maybe, yes.
That
We'll
would
have
be
to test
amazing.
it. If they could attack across some, like, air gap, that would be wild.
That would be wild.
Cyclone. Lock-on can enter cooldown when the Cyclone is loaded into a medivac. Who puts Cyclones in a medivac? Lock-on no longer targets Zerg eggs without a manual order.
Okay.
Fine.
Sure.
Widowmine reduced random unburrow burrow delay from 0.3 to 0.18.
No longer target Zerg eggs without manual order. Okay.
Okay, stop hurting the Zerg eggs.
Factory. Increase maximum spawn radius by 1.
So they can spawn further
Farther
out from the
away.
factory.
Okay.
You might have less tanks and Thors stuck in your base. I think that's what this is.
I do think so, too. I do think so. All units. Follow acquire range reduced from 5 to 2. Units will switch to attacking from moving when within this range of the follow target. What?
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either. Units will switch to attacking from moving. But it's reduced from 5 to 2.
Anyone who knows what that means, say so in the comments. We don't know.
Let us know.
Dark Templar attack blink delay reduced from 0.75 to 0.71 seconds on normal game speed. So this is like DTs when they blink attack something
How
will
long
attack
does it take till they attack? Yeah.
0.4 seconds faster. That seems tiny.
0.04, yeah.
That's something, I guess.
I guess.
DT blink is very marginally better.
This one is about when you click a unit to follow and it just starts attacking nearby units.
Yeah.
Which happens a lot when someone all-ins you. Click a unit to follow. What situation are you clicking a unit to follow?
The only time I have a unit follow is I tell a Viper to follow my ground army.
That's it for me too. I don't know.
But they can't auto attack anyway.
Yeah.
So I would never have noticed this because that's the only unit that I told to follow.
Yeah, I don't really either. Sometimes I'll move my lurkers out and then I'll put my main army on the last one so that my lurkers are in and I can position them a little easier, and that's it. But that's all. Okay, well, whatever. That's cool.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't expect that we were gonna get a patch.
I didn't either.
I was totally blindsided by this entire thing. The rumor on the street is there was one intern in the Blizzard office and they thought the person would just like sweep the floor and like mess around and check Facebook, but they actually were thinking about how the game could be improved and they just tried a bunch of shit and made a post. So whoever did this,
good job, intern.
Amazing job.
Good. Thank you for trying. Thank you for nerfing ghosts. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Disruptor nerf, big ups. Hydra buffs.
Oh, Jay's upset.
Ultra brood buffs.
He's a mage.
Yep.
I don't actually think it's going to be that big of a deal, to be honest. That's always the thing. These changes, while impactful for sure, are like, it's like 0.04, 0.3. That makes a difference, don't get me wrong, but it's not like, I don't really think anything in here is going to revolutionize a build.
You're saying if I'm a plat Zerg, this patch isn't going to bump me to Masters?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
But it could.
It could.
If I spammed Hydras and Ultras...
If you just spammed Hydra Ultra...
And hatches toward my opponent?
No, but your Hydras won't select the carrier interceptors. They'll select the carriers, so it's garbage. It's terrible.
That's
that
fair.
can't be the correct thing to do. It can't.
Yeah.
Oh, my. Okay.
Oof.
All right, let's play some StarCraft.
Nice. Well, thank you all for joining us in this very low-level breakdown of the recent StarCraft patch. It's going to be 5.0.11. It's on the PTR right now.
Yes.
Test it out,
Yes.
and feel free to complain about it in the YouTube comments or sing the praises of
Feel
whoever
free.
decided to put this patch together, Entaro Adun.
Entaro.
And thanks, Apop, for being on the stream today.
You're welcome, bro.
We
you
reached
later.
the goal in the subathon. Boom, boom.
We hit all the hot sauces.
Hot ones.
We drank all the beer.
Turned out that we were the hot ones all along.
Turns out the hot ones were the friends you made along the way. I can't.